I cannot overstate that the Food House album changed my life. It showed me a different way to make music, or at least a way I already had in my head but couldn't quite articulate or put on paper. And seeing it done like that with no regard for genre convention, or any regard for how it might be perceived or not taken as seriously, was very inspiring to me. And to this day, the album has still not received its flowers, despite having some of the most sincere, witty, and fun songwriting in an album in recent years.
Used to fantasize about being or kissing Skrillex. I need to delete Twitter cause it gives me fucking mental illness. Foaming at the mouth like I put a fucking mento in it. Get your ass off Twitter cause it gives you fucking mental illness.
Guppy and Fraxium are two very unique artists, and finding other artists, even within their own genre, that bring the same kind of energy that they bring to what they do was difficult. So whenever I was able to find an artist who had enough raw power to match the energy of Food House, Guppy, and Fraxium music, it was a very special moment for me. So today I'd like to share a couple of those artists who got me through the Food House recession. Enjoy.
Sharkfish, hoo ha ha! Sharkfish, hoo ha ha! Sharkfish, hoo ha ha! Sharkfish, hoo ha ha!
Dream Rats and Midwestern Vampire are crazy talented musicians in their own right, but together they form the duo Sharkfish, a pure distillation of everything that makes 100 Gex balls to the wall awesome. Their debut album, Seasides, is a testament to their sheer and unrelentless attitude towards having fun with their art. And their latest album, Do What You Want, Forever, is a reminder that they don't care if you think they're cringe. They are a must listen for any avid 100 Gex or Food House fan.
I'm a little cat girl in the out. Call me autistic, but I sit around. I don't like the way they try to figure me out when I spend all my time making beep boop sounds on my silly little laptop.
I discovered Astrid and Charloux towards the beginning of the year, and I'm gonna be honest, they might be my favorite find thus far. Their latest album, This Can't Be Good For Me But I Feel Great, does a great job of balancing goofy and fun-loving sound design with serious and unserious topics in their lyrics. The album seamlessly bounces between fun, serious, and deranged, and I love it. Standout tracks include Entitlement Era, This Can't Be Good For Me, and Cutie Marks. Now, while Astrid and Charloux are something of a music duo, they also have pretty solid standalone discographies themselves. I strongly recommend checking them out, along with all of their frequent collaborators, such as Hannah Twang and basically anyone else you can find featured on a project. They basically have their own little mini scene going on, and it's really fun and interesting. I wish they had more eyes on them, and that's why they're featured here. Alright, who's next?
Hello, pain!
Oh. Well, this one's gonna be a... I don't like to use the word cracked lightly, but I feel like it's warranted here. Between their two albums, Best House in a Bad Block and Their Money Is Your Money, they showcase some of the most insane production I have ever witnessed on an experimental project. And I say experimental project, not any regular project, but somehow they transcend noise music, they transcend digital hardcore, they transcend whatever hyperpop is, they transcend all of it, and take experimental hip-hop to an entirely different extreme. They take hardcore and all these other genres that could be arguably lumped into to create something entirely different. This is their own genre here. And of course, my favorite part of it all is that they're clearly having fun while they're doing it. My entry song was Hurt off of their first album, which is honestly very underwhelming as a track to me now, given their recent output. but I would recommend it as a gateway drug to the full pain rave experience. That is, of course, unless you're a metalhead or generally used to loud and distorted music, in which case, just jump right into it. Listen to their first album, then listen to their second album, listen to everything in chronological order, and just witness their evolution, because they have a very impressive development throughout their artistic career, which isn't very long. Like, I believe their first album came out in 2020, which is like the case for a lot of these cool emerging artists. One of my favorite traits of their music is their volatile rhythm structure. They do a lot of beat switches for the most part. Some of their songs are consistent, but they have mastered the art of the abrupt beat switch that still work. I have no standout tracks for this one, just listen to everything in order. Find their discography on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you listen to music, and just get into it. Tap in right now. I think this next one's gonna be a bit more on the chill side, but I'm not sure.
I hope you see all the beautiful things in life. I hope you find a partner, a husband, or a wife.
For all the people like me who enjoy the darker side of Fraxium's solo discography, or the solo songs of W. McCallion from Black Dresses through Girls' Rituals and other projects of hers, Salv the Dog is refreshingly sincere and heartfelt. Salv the Dog captures one of my favorite aspects of this music scene, the sincerity. One of the main things that drew me in, along with all of the abrasive sound design and quirky lyrics. While she does have a more fun side, my favorite side of her is the side you're hearing right now. My Teeth Will Free You is the flagship single of her upcoming album, which is set to be some of her most groundbreaking work yet, if singles such as Choke It Out are anything to go by. I actually had the incredible opportunity to be in a Discord call with Salv and some other fans, where she explained the feelings and stories that inspired some of her past projects like Real Estate Dog, which only serves to broaden my appreciation for those projects. Projects that I came across out of sheer chance thanks to Spotify's algorithm recommending me increasingly stranger music the deeper I went into rabbit holes, as I tend to do. I go on many a musical adventure in my online time throughout the day, but Salv the Dog is definitely one of my proudest finds this day, and thanks to her I not only have found an incredible artist, but also an incredible community via the rest of her fan base. There's just something very special about Salv's music and other people who enjoy it. There will definitely be a more in-depth video on Salv the Dog coming at a later date, most likely after her album drops, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, standout songs are Dear God They Aren't Breathing, My Teeth Will Free You, Choke It Out, and Real Estate Dog.
A preview of the hell you put me through. I bite to kill, not subdue.
Alright, last two artists. Fair warning, it's gonna get a bit intense from here on out. These last two are some pretty heavy hitters, so you might want to like turn your volume. There's one observation I've made about the so-called hyperpop scene as of late. No one's really trying to be silly anymore. In 2020 and 2019, we got some pretty comedic songs like Boner by Sebi, Money Machine and Stupid Horse by 100 Gex, and Moss Thoser and Pharmacy by Food House. In many ways, I see similarities between Food House and Free 99. Both are duos that make harsh electronic music and take a lot of inspiration from songs and sounds of the past, namely the early 2000s internet. But the way they both go about it is very different in nature. While Food House is fun, playful, and nostalgic, Free 99, a duo that debuted roughly 2 or 3 years later, is more dystopian, gritty, and even when they're having fun and channeling their more playful side, there's still this air of despair you can't really shake from their music. In my view, they are the best parts of Food House and Black Dresses. In other words, some of the most abrasive comfort music you'll ever hear in your life. Unfortunately, the duo has abandoned the project and don't plan on releasing any more music under $3.99. They have amassed a decently sized catalog of music for you to browse through. Standout tracks for me are Devil Girl, Fuck That, Catgirl Switchblade, and Trans Riot music. My favorite project of theirs has to be Trauma Reduction Prayer, but Out for Blood is a close second. Both are solid EPs which feature their best singles in my opinion. You are certain to enjoy yourself while going through their discography. You're gonna have a good time, trust me. Alright, Gengitronica, we have reached the last artist for this video. If at any point you found yourself pausing the video to look up an artist, you owe me a subscription, a like, and a bell click. I don't make the rules, I'm sorry, I just enforce them. Please like, subscribe, share with friends, click the bell, etc, etc. And without further ado, let's get into our last artist. One thing I found especially valuable about the art made by Fraxium and Guppy was their tendency to draw from real life experiences in ways that I hadn't really seen from artists before up until that point. I was used to artists writing about their rough breakups, their stories of coming from rags to riches, and all number of things that we've heard from pop music on the radio for the last 20 years. But these are experiences that are foreign to me. They're familiar in the sense that I know that most other people experience them, but they're foreign in the sense that I don't experience them. And hearing an artist like Fraxium talk about her experiences was one of the first times that I got to hear my own experiences or something similar voiced in a song or a piece of art in general. While all these artists on the radio were talking about falling in love or hating your ex, here was Fraxium Music writing songs about growing up on Nightcore Beyonce and dealing with drama within your online friend groups and figuring out your gender and dealing with all the complex emotions that arise from growing up in a very bigoted environment. And for once, I actually felt seen by an artist. And in my search for more artists like that, in my attempt to feel that feeling again, I began to think that I might never be seen by an artist again the way that I was seen by Food House. But then...
2, 3, just hit it!
You're gonna wish that you had never met that boy. When he makes a promise you'll forget. Don't know which summer will be hot. It's still a prophet and a goddess, 'cause I know when this relationship will end. A premonition of your future in my head. Fuck.
Even by the standards of her peers, Miss Micah Callari is built different. Micah brings a level of artistry and care for what she does that I feel is a once-in-a-generation type of dedication to bringing something truly new to the table. The only artists I can think of who come close to matching that energy in this day and age are Underscores
I need a John Smith or a Jane Doe. The more common, the better.
and Fraxium, at least in adjacent scenes. It's different across other genres, but we're focusing on this niche internet scene right now. And within that scene, no one really does it like Micah. Her lyrics can be personal, they can be playful, tongue-in-cheek, ironic, sardonic, with a wide range of topics and themes she explores, as well as genres that she dabbles in, while still retaining that harsh EDM and rock-inspired, distorted vibe that characterizes her music. Micah Callari is criminally underrated in how groundbreaking she is. If you want to get into her music now, my best suggestion is her latest EP, Gasping for Air, of which my favorite singles are Premonition and 44. She is also in the midst of an album rollout as we speak, so now has actually never been a better time to tap in. By the time this video is out, the album might already be released on all platforms. And we've reached the end of the video. That was quite a journey, and my first time doing this format of video. It was uncharted territory, but I enjoyed it, and I definitely think I'm going to be doing more of these in the future. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. There's a lot more of this kind of content on the way, and I have a lot to say about this scene and other scenes and just weird internet music in general. So, if that piques your interest, I implore you to hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and if you know someone else who is also into the same stuff as you, spread the good word. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.